In this video, I'm not only going to show you how you can solve mathematical problems, but I'm going to teach you step by step on how to solve mathematical problems. If you have been having phobia in solving mathematics, then you've gotten the solution right here in this channel. Keep subscribing in this channel. Here, mathematical problems are solved with ease. I'm going to show you all the different methods in solving mathematical problems. I'll be uploading videos weekly. Let's start with number and numerics. Here I'll define all the different types of numbers and show you how you can apply them. Number like prime numbers. I'm going to explain prime numbers, irrational numbers, rational numbers, whole numbers, integers, negative numbers. I will explain all those things to you. Don't fail to subscribe to this video after watching. Numbers and numeration. Numbers are usually written in decimal place value. I will show you how. 1,000, 100, tenths, unit, decimal, places, decimal place, 10, 100, we have 1,000. Here we can place value here to say 4,000. We place this to say 300. We place this to say and 10, 8. We place this to say 5. Let's say 8. Place this to say 5. And here is the decimal point. And here we have the first decimal place, let's say 6. And we have 100. The next decimal place 100. We say 4. Then we can now say this to be 3. These figures can be read as 4,385.643. These symbols 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We call them digits. We will talk about prime numbers now. A prime number is any number that has 1 and itself as the only factor, meaning that a prime number has only 2 factors. A prime number has only 2 factors. The prime numbers between 1 and 20 will just have 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, and 19. 1 is not a prime number because 1 has just one factor. So 2 has 2 factors, 2 and itself. You discover that we do not have 4 here. 4 has 3 factors. 4 has 1 as a factor, also has 2 as a factor, and 4 itself as a factor. So it has 3 factors. Any number that has 3 factors or more than 2 factors is not a prime number, and less than 2 factors is not a prime number. 1 has just 1 factor. 4 has 3 factors. If you go to 6 has about 4 factors, so they are not prime numbers. Prime numbers are numbers that has only 2 factors. Fractional number. So the next number here is fraction. Fraction is obtained when one number is divided by another number. For example, fraction is obtained when one number is divided by another number. For example, 3 divided by 5, the same thing as 3 over 5. Or we have 4 divided by 7, the same thing as 4 over 7. 4 over 7 and 3 over 5 are fractional numbers. Fractional number. A fraction has a denominator and a numerator. A fraction has a denominator and a numerator. Now, if we have 3 over 5, the number on the toppermost part is called the numerator, and the one below is called the denominator. This line here is called dividing line. Integers. Integers are positive and negative whole numbers. Examples are 5, 7, minus 3, minus 2, minus 8, 14, 33, 200, 2000. Those are integers. Positive and negative whole numbers are called integers. Binary numbers. We are still dealing with numbers and numeration. Binary numbers. We have what we call binary numbers. Bi means 2. So binary numbers are mostly numbers in the base of 2. And any number that is in the base of 2 does not have 2. Example of binary numbers. We can have something like 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 2. We can have 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 2. We can also have something like 1, 1, 0, 2. You discover that this number does not have 2 within them because 2 serve as a base. In our base 10, we have something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we do not have 10 because 10 is the base of our decimal numbers. This one is a binary number having a base of 2. So that's why you won't see 2 among the numbers. Same thing is applicable to a base 3 numbers. You will not see 3 in the number because 3 serves as the base. When you go to base 5 numbers, you will not see 5 within the numbers because 5 serves as a base of the number as well. Rational numbers are numbers that are like fractions. That is, they are expressed. Rational numbers are expressed in the form of A over B, where A and B are whole numbers. For example, 1 over 9, 3 over 7, 6 over 31, 3 over 44. These are rational numbers. They are expressed in the form of fractions. Then we have what we call irrational numbers. These irrational numbers are numbers that cannot be exactly expressed in fractions, but they are not whole numbers. For example, irrational numbers or non-rational numbers are numbers that cannot really be expressed in fraction. Irrational numbers are numbers that cannot really be expressed as fraction, yet they are not whole numbers. For example, we have pi, and we also have the square root of 2. Square root of 2 is something about 1.414213. It's not exactly let's see how we can add, subtract, multiply, and divide integers. Integers are positive and negative whole numbers. So let's see how we can divide, add, subtract, and multiply integers. Let's start with addition. Now, the subtopic here is addition of integers. Now, we are going to do it in such a way that it will be very, very explicit and it will be easy for you to understand. We'll talk about small positive and big positive, small negative and big negative. We are going to use some symbols to differentiate them. For example, if we have 2 plus 3, it's going to give us 5. If we have 3 plus 2, we are going to get 5. If we have small positive plus big positive, we are having 5. If we have a big positive plus a small positive, we are having 5. These are positive numbers we are adding together. Now let's look at this way. Small negative plus big negative. Minus 2 plus minus 3, we are going to have minus 5. Small negative plus big negative is giving us big negative. Now let's look at a situation where we have big negative plus small negative. We are still going to have big negative. Now let me explain this in such a way that you can easily assimilate it. Now let's assume that negative is a debt that you are owing somebody. Let's assume negative is a debt that you are owing somebody. Then the positive is what you have with you. Now if, for example, you are owing somebody 2 bananas, and along the line you go back to his house to get another 3 bananas, you will now discover that you'll be owing the person 5 bananas. It's applicable to this one as well. If you go into somebody's house and get 3 oranges, the man gave you 3 oranges. After a while, you could not return his orange and you go back to get another 2 orange there. Adding the 3 oranges you had earlier and the 2 oranges you collected later, you discover that you'll be owing 5 oranges. I want you to understand it. Take the negative as debt. We are done with this. Now let's see how we can add the positive and the negative numbers. Here we have added 2 positive numbers. We have added 2 negative numbers. Now let's see how we can add one negative number with the another negative number. Take for example, let's take a small negative number and add with a big positive number. Now a small negative number plus a big positive number. Then the next one is taking a big negative number, add with a small positive number. Look at it carefully. As I said earlier, let's assume you are owing somebody. The negative is owing, then the positive is what you have. In this case, I have 3 oranges. But before now, I've collected 2 oranges from somebody. After collecting 2 oranges from somebody, then I have 3 oranges. It's done to me that I can return his 2 oranges and still make do with 1. So by then I'm owing somebody 2 oranges, then I have 3 with me. It's possible for me to give his 2 and be left with 1. I don't know if it's very clear there. Let's take the next step. We discover now that I'm owing somebody 3 oranges. Then what I have with me is just 2 oranges. I can return 2 of his oranges, still owing him 1 orange. That is why this answer will be -1, showing that I'm owing him 3, but I have just 2 in stock to return. So when I return the 2, I won't be left. I will still be owing him 1 orange. So that's how I've explained this addition of integers. I want to believe it's very, very explicit and understood. Any question you have or any challenge you have, you send a message through my email address. If you have challenges with what we have done so far, you can WhatsApp me with my WhatsApp number or send me an email. But don't fail to subscribe on this channel. Whatever challenge you have had in mathematics, if you keep subscribing in this station, that problem will disappear. This is the solution to that problem. Let's take subtraction. Subtraction of integers. Integers are positive and negative whole numbers. Any challenge, you WhatsApp me or send me an email address. Okay? Let's do same using a big positive, a small positive, a big negative, and a small negative. Now let's start. 2 minus 3, 3 minus 2. Now let's say minus 2 minus minus 3 minus 3 minus minus 2, and we have minus 2 minus 3. Okay, minus 2 minus 3. Then we have minus 3 minus 2. In the first case, we are looking at a small positive number subtracting a bigger positive number. It's obvious that when you subtract a small number from a bigger number, you are having a minus. I say take the minus to be owing. In this case, you are owing somebody 3 oranges, but you have just 2 oranges as stock. At the end of the orange, you discover that you are owing him 1 more. In this case now, assume that you have 3 oranges, which is positive, and this is negative. If you have 3 oranges, then you are owing somebody 2 oranges. at the end, you can pay back these oranges and still have one left with you. So that's why you have an answer 1 here. Now, in the next case, we are using a small negative subtracting a bigger negative. Please pay attention. It's very confusing. You are using a small negative to subtract a bigger negative. In this case, once you have two negative signs, the rule of addition and subtraction of integers says that when you have two negative signs joined together, the sign become a plus sign. Have that at the back of your mind. It's an already established rule. When you have two negative signs together, the sign become plus. I hope it's clear. Why is that sign plus? When we are doing multiplication, you will come to understand that minus times minus give us plus. And these things are 10 by 10. Minus 3, you put it like this. If it's 10 by 10, minus 3 times minus 1 is giving you plus. That's where the rules comes from. Now, let's continue what we're doing. Look at it very well. When you have something like this, 3 minus 2, this is a term on its own, and this is a term on its own. That's what is happening in this scenario. Now, minus 2 minus minus 3, and this one become plus. You will now discover that you are having 3 oranges, and you are owing somebody 2 oranges. If you have 3, and you are owing 2, at the end, you discover that you have 1 more to pay. Let's go to the next one. The next one, now we are having a bigger minus sign, minus minus 2. A bigger minus, minus minus 2. Now this is a small minus and this is a big minus. Remember our rules. The 2 sign here become plus. If these 2 become plus, you will now have 2 oranges with you, and you are owing somebody 3 oranges. You can use your 2 you are owing to pay back the man's orange you collected. And at the end, you discover that you are still owing him 1 when you collected 3 and you are paying back 2. So you have your minus 1. Minus signify or denote owing. Now you have minus 2 minus a plus 3. Minus 2, I'm using a small minus here and a positive number. Now it's got minus 2 and you are minusing another 3. You are owing somebody 2 and you are owing the person another 3. Your answer now become minus 5. Same thing is applicable here. You are owing somebody 3 and you are still owing him 2. This is a big negative minus positive. But since this is a term and this is a term, this become a minus 2. This become a minus 3 because they are term by term. This is also a term on its own. This is a term on its own. So this one denote a single term minus 3 and this is become a minus 2. So what do you have here? You have minus 5. Let's do summary on these two. To summarize the addition of integers, we have small positive plus big positive is equals to big positive. The next one here we have big positive plus small positive is equals to big positive. The next one here we have small negative plus big negative is equals to big negative. The next one here we have big negative plus small negative is equals to big negative. This one here we have small negative plus big positive is equals to small positive. Here we have big negative plus small positive. We have small negative. That's the summary of addition of integers. Let's see the summary of subtraction of integers. When we subtract small positive number from a big positive number, we are having a small negative number. So we have here small positive minus big positive is equal to small negative. The next one is a big positive minus small positive. We have small positive. This one says small negative minus big negative is equals to small positive. Now the other one, the next one says big negative minus small negative is equals to small negative. This one now says small negative minus big positive is equals to big negative, and big negative minus small negative minus small positive is equals to big negative. That's a summary of subtraction of integers. If you have doubt and any challenge, please, you can send me a WhatsApp message or an email message. Multiplication of integers. A number of 2 times positive 2 times 3 is equals to 6. And now we take this one this way. We have 3 times 2 is equals to 6. Now we use minus 2 times minus 3 is equals to plus 6. Minus 3 times minus 2 is equals to plus 6. Now we also use one negative and one positive. We have now a small negative times a big positive. We have minus 6, and then we have a big negative times a small positive. We have minus 6. The summary on this is that when we multiply a small positive number with a big positive number, we get a big positive number. The next one says if we multiply a big positive number with a small positive number, we get a big positive number. When we multiply a small negative number by a big negative number, we have a big positive number. In this case, the rule of multiplication is that negative times negative give you positive. Negative times a negative number give you a positive number. And a positive number times a negative number give you a negative number. That's a procedure here. That's a rule here. Now let's try this. This one says big negative times small negative give you big positive. Have you seen where it's applicable here? A negative number multiplied by a negative number give you a positive number. Yes, same thing. A negative number multiplied by a negative number give you a positive number, irrespective of whether it's big negative or small negative. Once it's negative times negative is positive. Small negative times big positive is still going to give you a negative number. It's still going to give you big negative. Now, big negative times small positive is still going to give you big negative. A negative number multiplied by a negative number will always give you a positive number. A positive number multiplied by a negative number will always give you a negative number. And positive by positive will always give you a positive number. That's a summary of multiplication of an integer. So let's take the last one, which is division of integers. Like multiplication, division is similar. Division is similar, whereby you divide a negative and a negative, it give you a positive. You divide a positive and a positive, you have a positive result. You have a negative and a positive, you have a negative result. For example, we say 6 over 2 is equals to 3. Minus 6 over 2 is equals to minus 3. 6 over minus 2 is equals to 3. Now, positive, positive, negative, negative, and then this one, positive, negative, negative, positive. When we divide a positive number by a positive number, our answer is a positive answer. When we divide a negative number by a negative number, we have a positive answer. Also, if we divide a negative number by a positive number, we have negative. We divide a negative by a positive number, we have negative. In this case, 6 divided by 2 is 3. Minus 6 divided by minus 2 is 3. Why is it 3? It's because this minus cancel this minus. But in the case where we have a positive and a minus, there is no minus sign here to cancel. This minus remains. Same is applicable here. There is no minus to cancel here. This one remains. So in conclusion, if you want to conclude here, we discover now that positive divided by positive is equals to positive. Then here we say that negative divided by negative is equals to positive. Here we say positive divided by negative is equals to negative. Then here we say that negative divided by positive is equals to negative. Whenever we divide a negative number by a positive number, we have a negative answer. When we have a positive and a negative, there is no other negative to cancel the negative that is there. So we have a negative answer. If you don't understand, you send me a WhatsApp message. Don't fail to subscribe to this channel. As soon as you are done with one lecture, try the next one. Every problem here has a solution. Step by step, you get to the solution of any mathematical problem here in this channel. Just subscribe as soon as you are done with a particular video. Thanks for watching. Don't fail to subscribe. I'll be uploading mathematical problems solved weekly. In our next video, we are going to talk how to solve fractions. Addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication of fractions. Keep subscribing and all your mathematical problems will be solved. Here we solve math with ease, math without tears. Thanks for watching.